So you want to learn how to code on Roblox. Maybe you've watched a couple of videos before, kind of like this one, and maybe you think, well, maybe coding is just not for me. I see all these people who know how to code and they're way better than me. I could never learn how to do that. Well, my friend, that is your first mistake. And in this video, I'm just going to give you a simple guide to coding on Roblox that ensures that you will go ahead and become the best scripter in the world. Well, not actually, but you know what I mean. So before I tell you guys about step 1, I want to make sure you guys understand an important concept, which is that you should not compare yourself to other people when watching coding videos. And this is something that I struggled with when I first started coding, and this is why I quit when I actually first started a couple years ago. I tried it out for like a week, and then I saw a video where someone was coding this crazy pet following system and I didn't know how to do it. And then I got mad and I basically gave up because I thought that that person was way better than me and I could never do it. If you ever catch yourself thinking like this, just remember that person probably has a year or two on scripting on you, so it actually doesn't make sense to compare yourself to them. So your first step before doing anything is to make sure you never compare yourself to anyone when starting out coding, and even when you become more advanced at coding. Now guys, the second step is to stop watching entertainment coding videos. Now this only applies to people who want to learn how to code and actually want to become good at it. Now the reason why is because when you're watching entertaining coding videos, like for example Roblox coding videos of someone who made a game or their journey from 1 month to 1 year, what it does is it hijacks your brain's goal system. Everyone has a goal system in their brain. And when you watch these entertainment videos, your brain actually thinks that you accomplished something, and then you won't really want to learn how to code anymore. You won't really have any progress to push towards because your brain feels like it already accomplished something when it didn't. So what I want you guys to do for number 2, your actionable step, will be to stop watching entertaining coding videos. I know that for me, this actually played a big part in learning how to code. If you are someone who you genuinely think that it has no effect on you, then by all means go ahead. But if you want to play it safe, then I'd say stop watching them entirely. So for step number 3, what you guys want to do is find a good beginner to advanced series that actually teaches you the syntax of Lua. And if you guys are interested in my program, I have one, the first link in the description. And it basically just teaches people how to code from beginner to advanced. We do projects after every module. There's like 25 plus modules. And we also make 2 big games in there. So if you guys are interested in learning how to code, go ahead and check out the first link in the description. But as I was saying, that we need to have a good beginner to advanced series. And what I mean by good is it's easy to understand and it's easy for you to not click away from. I see that a lot of people, when they're doing beginner to advanced series, they make it this really complicated thing, and when you're first starting out, complicated is not good. Everything needs to kind of not necessarily make sense to you because you are a beginner, and it won't, but it shouldn't be too crazy to the point where you feel like giving up. And I feel like I did a good job of that in my series, which I'm pretty proud about. So the 4th step after you have a good beginner to advanced series is, with everything that you learn, start making mini projects. Now with mini projects, what I mean is that I know that you watching this video, maybe sometimes you have a game idea that you get excited about, but you never really act on it. What I want you to do is, whenever you have an idea like that, try to make a little project with what you learned. So for example, let's say that you had an idea about some kind of Pokemon game. You can go and try to make a little Pokemon system, maybe like a Pokeball throwing system, or something like that with what you learned. Or if you're not that advanced yet, then you can go ahead and do something that's a little bit less complicated, which is also fine because you will eventually get to the advanced phase. But yeah, I just want you guys to go ahead and keep upgrading. With each project that you make, your experience will get better, and then you'll be able to make better and cooler things. Now guys, for the next step, we're going to be talking about games. Now when you make your first game, a lot of people expect it to kind of blow up for some reason. And I don't know about you, but I am not that smart. I am not a genius. My first game kind of sucked, to be honest. Like, it was really bad. So don't expect your game to blow up, especially if it's your first game. And do not, this is the most important point that I can make, do not give up just because your first game does not blow up or have any players. When you think back to every Roblox developer who made successful games, how many of them had a very successful actual first game? Well, if we made it a percentage, it would be basically 0. So even though you might think you're special, you're probably not. I'm sorry to say it, but it's gonna take a few games to get there. So keep making games, keep upgrading things every game. and then soon enough you'll have a game that goes ahead and blows up. Now for this last step, guys, I want to go ahead and say that practice is the most important thing. If you guys are not practicing and actually making cool things with your code, then unfortunately it'll just take a little longer for you to get to the point where you actually want to be. So what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to practice whenever you want to. Actually, you should never practice when you don't want to. And the reason why I say that is because it's okay to take breaks sometimes. For example, for me, I do take breaks sometimes from coding, and I think that's totally fine. But there are also times where I do want to code and then I'll code for a while, and that really helped my coding experience. So I think it'll be helpful for you guys to go ahead and practice whenever you do feel like it. And a little bonus tip to go ahead and increase the amount of times that you feel like coding is make coding the funnest thing that you're able to do in your day. Now, what does this actually practically look like? Let's say on a day where you're not doing anything, let's say you don't have school or work or anything like that. Let's say you have 3 main ways of having fun. The first one is watching TV. The second one is going on your phone and going on Instagram Reels. And the third one is coding. Well, coding is actually not as fun as watching TV or going on Instagram Reels, just because those apps and those TV shows have been manipulated to go ahead and get a lot of dopamine out of your brain. And coding, while it can be fun, it's just not as stimulating. Now, let's say you remove those first 2 things out of your life. What do you think will happen when coding is the only thing that you can do? Well, even though it's not as stimulating as those things, you no longer have those things to compare it to. So your brain is going to think, oh yeah, this is coding. This is the funnest thing that is available to me. So why don't we go ahead and do it? So in that way, in that sense, you're going to be more motivated. You're going to actually want to code even more. And I want to add, you shouldn't remove everything from your life. For example, you should still be able to like read books and have fun, you know, just don't overdo it with a bunch of social media and stuff. That way your brain is not fried. And guys, that was the guide to Roblox scripting. Although it was a simple guide, I hope it put you in the right direction to becoming a better coder. So I'll see you guys in the next video.